Convict music. We the best. Yeah. We taking over. Listen. Spread out with it. South Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi, on to North Carolina, Philadelphia, Virginia. From down in Miami, where it won't. My laps in the gym, this way.
It's the Pelicans at home for a little interconference action in New Orleans. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. And so in the game for the Hawks, Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Teague and Korver are the guards. And it's Bazemore at the 3 slot. Last year, a good one for Jeff Teague, Clark. He was a first-time All-Star in this league.
He's a pick-and-roll technician, so good in reading the defense as he operates from that spot on the floor. He was really the catalyst for what was a really efficient offense for the Hawks.
Davis sets a screen. Holiday with it. Just 4 to shoot. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Paul Millsap picks one up.
And Anthony Davis growing up in the rough south side of Chicago, because of the violence, his father didn't let him venture to the playground. Instead, he built a basketball court in the backyard. This young man has come a long way.
Now here is Holiday. And Davis gets it to go.
Nice dime drop there from Holiday. Excellent awareness.
Teague gets it to Bazemore. Back to Teague. Korver passes to Millsap. And Ashik sends it back. Wow! And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Millsap a screen. Clock is at 3. And that one's good. And Davis stayed around the game in grade school. He'd keep the clock, sell the tickets, even someone said sell nachos.
Humble beginnings, partner, humble beginnings. Didn't even dream of NBA stardom. Said he wanted to be a high school coach. Obviously, things have changed now.
And typically, he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Hawks have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Korver gets a wide open look. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
You can't give him that shot. A few open looks are all it takes to get him in the zone.
And Holiday kicks to Gordon. Outside, Davis. And stolen by Jeff Teague. Dishes to Horford. Teague against Holiday. To the inside. Taken away by Holiday. Lets a floater go. And Davis puts it in. Davis has got 5 now.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Last season, Atlanta showed just how much fun a team can have playing team basketball, a complete team effort. We use that word a lot. You don't see it much in the NBA, but boy, they epitomized it, Clark.
Yeah, they sure did. Refreshing to see a team do that well collectively without a real superstar. Just a solid group that understood their roles and played them perfectly.
Now here is Holiday. To the middle. And it's slammed in by Davis.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor.
And, folks, it's not like the Hawks didn't have talent. I mean, they did have 4 All-Stars last year. None of them voted in, however.
Gordon for 3. Rebound, Atlanta. There's a minute left to play in the first quarter. Splitter kicks to Hardaway. It's good from long range. Hardaway has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
And Davis gets it to go.
You know, what shows you just how team-oriented the Hawks were last season was this stat. They never had anybody score more than 30 points for them in the game all season. Millsap had 30 points once early in the year, and that was the high mark for the team.
Here's Evans. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. New Orleans shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Ashik. Anderson comes in for Anthony Davis. Tony Douglas has checked in for Eric Gordon. And it's Norris Cole in for Drew Holiday. The shot and game clock separated by 4. It's stolen. The shot's good from Douglas.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
Anderson. So at the end of 1 quarter to play, still a close game. From New Orleans, back in a moment. And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for the Pelicans?
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Norris Cole is out there with Tony Douglas. Then it's G. Then there's Ryan Anderson. And it's Ajinça in the center position. That's the Pelicans 5 as we get into the second quarter.
And for the Pelicans last year, they were at their best when they had great ball movement. Very tough to guard their team when the offense was so active.
Cole dishes to Anderson. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities. Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
For the finish. And it's G finishing it off.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Horford the pass to Millsap. Stolen by Anderson. And Cole kicks to Anderson. Can't hit.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
The Hawks working the ball around. Back to Horford. His first shot coming late. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Cole dishes to Ajinça. G passes to Cole. Wants to get it to Douglas and does. Shot is off. And Atlanta will go the other way with it.
Well, I tell you, last season was a big one for the Hawks and Coach Budenholzer. Their dominant season won him multiple Coach of the Month titles, and eventually he won the Coach of the Year award. You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far. Rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam.
Nice way there, guys, to finish up that possession.
Here's G. He has 6. Shoots from the line. Anderson can't get that one to fall. It was pretty obvious, I thought, Greg, that Budenholzer was the deserved Coach of the Year. I mean, Steve Kerr, there are a lot of good names you could put in there. But what he's done taking the Hawks to the top of the East, few saw that coming.
I agree with you. I mean, he has transformed this Hawks team over the past couple of years, has a wonderful team game. And, you know, obviously a lot of influence coming from Pop when he was with San Antonio. But he is really, I think, redefining how the game of basketball is being played at the pro level.
It's stolen by Schroeder. Millsap again. Anderson. Millsap misses. New Orleans in the lead. And Cole kicks to Douglas. And the foul called on Paul Millsap.
Boy, that's his second foul, and he does not want to pick up number 3 here. That'll mess your game up for sure.
1:11 left here in the second. From 7. And Anderson gets it to go. 1:02 left here in the second. Here's Teague. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Well, you just watched Jeff Teague. He's a national scorer, Clark. He's also made steady improvement as a playmaker.
Yeah, you look at his assist rate, Kevin, well in the top 10 in the league. He's cut down on his turnovers as well. You can tell he's starting to really figure it out, and the game is slowing down.
A platoon swap here for New Orleans. Jam! I mean, just beautiful.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skill as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
Double team on Holiday. Gordon kicks to Holiday. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Holiday's got 5 now.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range. Trading blows from behind the arc.
Teague kicks to Scott.
Nice pass that time. What excellent vision by Jeff Teague out there.
And Holiday, here we go. And the wide open shot from Evans. That 3 off the mark. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Pelicans ahead, up by 2. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Come on, New Orleans! Your
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far.
Davis playing very well. He has 11 points and a steal. This is something special. I mean, he hasn't missed a single shot.
It's really hard to put in words just what he's doing out on the floor.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. You look at Anthony Davis in this game, he's been everywhere.
I tell you what, though, it's going to be important to see if they can slow him down in the second half, because so far they have not had anybody that can disrupt his rhythm down low.
Well, how about guys mixing up the looks? I mean, bump him out a little bit, fronting, doubling, anything to try to get him off his rhythm.
On the court for Atlanta, Teague and Korver are the guards. Millsap, the power forward, with Horford at the center. And it's Bazemore at the 3 spot. Teague dishes the Millsap. To tie. A nice shot by Teague. Teague's got it all tied up now for the Hawks.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here. And guys, for most of his career, Ashik has been going back and forth as a starting center. Only started 2 games his first 2 years with the Bulls. Signed an offer sheet with the Rockets and started 82 games for them in his third season. Went for the 2-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
Yeah, I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Well, going back to Ashik, he lost his starting job to Dwight Howard in his 4th season. He was in Houston, so he didn't want to come back and have his career labeled as a guy coming off the bench. So, Greg, he reportedly asked to be traded, and that's what he got.
Well, and you know what? The Rockets shipped him off to the Pelicans in exchange for a protected first-round pick, and he became a starter again. Moral of the story, don't put Omer on the bench. He won't like it.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ashik.
And you know what? Just a little too much heat on that pass for him to come up with the steal.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was going to be a tough catch for either one of them.
New Orleans on D. Clock at 6. Here's Bazemore. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And Kent Bazemore, the long-armed lefty out of Old Dominion, where he was the Division I Defensive Player of the Year back in 2011. A 5-year senior. He graduated with 2 degrees, one in criminal justice, the other in human services.
Atlanta making a switch here. Schroeder's checked in.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts. And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
And Davis can't get it to go. And Bazemore grew up in a small town, Kelford, North Carolina. Clark, less than 300 people.
And a very tight-knit community, as you might expect, Kevin. His uncle owned the local diner, and you see that in his demeanor. Very social, a humble guy. He's really a nice presence in the locker room.
Here's Davis. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Paul Millsap picks one up. You look at what Anthony Davis has accomplished so far in his career, the historic comparisons. I mean, they're mind-boggling. For a kid 23, Greg, the historic comparisons are very favorable for him.
I mean, he's been compared to a young KG and Duncan quite often. But in his first few seasons, his numbers look the most similar to Hakeem the Dream. And that's about as good a company as you can get.
Double team on Holiday. Ashik, the pass to Holiday. Back to Davis. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. 15 points for Anthony Davis.
You know, and the funny thing about Davis having similar numbers to Hakeem, he came very close last season in putting up a quadruple double. Hakeem was one of only 4 people to ever accomplish that.
Humphrey sets a pick for Korver. And Ashik sends it back. Wow! Evans. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down. And Clark, a great competitive game so far.
Yeah, tit for tat. I mean, back and forth, plenty of lead changes, and excellent play.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire. You know, Davis might get a quadruple double at some point. Last season, he had 30 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 blocks on 4 different occasions. The rest of the NBA had a combined 0 in that category.
Schroeder kicks to Horford. Schroeder with the ball. And Holiday picks him up defensively. And it's Schroeder missing.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
And Ashik kicks to Gordon. The wide open look here for Holiday. Connects from three-point range.
He might not have the long range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
And it's Davis finishing it off.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends. He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Outside Holiday. Off the pick. And released it in time, and a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the 4th. Who will carry the day? Pelicans lead by 4. On New Orleans, back in a moment. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the 4th quarter. A terrific game so far. Gordon the off guard with Evans at the 3. Davis and Ashik in the middle. And it's Holiday in at the point guard position. That's the Pelicans 5.
Wow, the fans are really getting their money's worth tonight. What an entertaining ball game.
Up to this point, Greg, it's been almost impossible to separate these teams. I think this one's going to be close all the way.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. And guys, for Drew Holiday last season was a tale of 2 halves. Over the first half, he displayed the leadership and the playmaking skills the team had originally acquired him for.
You know what, Kevin? Over the second half of the year, everything just kind of fell apart for Drew. He couldn't shake an injury to his lower right leg, and as a result, had to watch from the bench as his team fought for its playoff lives.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hi, guys. I had a chance to find out what Mike Budenholzer was discussing with his guys. He told his guys, I know we can do this, fellas. Let's maximize every possession and get after it and just watch. Things will go our way. Kevin?
And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Pelicans.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity. And when you talk about Holiday, the Pelicans really needed his his contribution last season. He can score and distribute the basketball equally as well. An excellent all-around defender. Exactly what you want in a point guard, except that he just couldn't stay healthy.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Al Horford's checked in for Splitter. Millsap comes in for Scott, and it's Kent Bazemore in for Thabo Sefolosha. Tries to keep it alive. Out of bounds, Hawks ball as Atlanta keeps possession. Atlanta making a switch here. Korver's checked in. Atlanta calls timeout.
And for Holiday, I love his effort. He works extremely hard. His injuries, no fault of his own, just a run of misfortune. Let's hope this talented young man can turn it around and keep it turned around from a health standpoint.
Anthony Davis really making a difference here.
He's been attacking the rim with reckless abandon. They're searching for answers. Some way they've got to figure out how to contain him.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. And the slam dunk by Bazemore.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Well, you talk about clutch plays, defensively and offensively. We saw both right there.
And the gap's narrowing right now, Clark. Every second from here on out counts. Neither team can afford to make mistakes. You gotta manage the clock and play smart.
Teague can't hit. Right side Davis. And they double up Davis. That's short off the rim. The Hawks have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. And pushing it up. Here's New Orleans. Holiday with the ball. And it's slammed in by Millsap.
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
All indications, Greg, are that this game is going down to the wire. I mean, I'd be surprised, actually shocked, if it ended any other way.
Here's Davis. And again, no good by New Orleans. Teague dishes to Korver. Millsap has the open look. Offline with his 3.
He just has not been able to get into that groove.
Boy, right down to the wire here, Clark. Still anyone's ball game.
Both teams really invested now. I mean, this is the type of game you love to win, and you'd hate to lose it.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
The Hawks trailing. Outside Teague. Taken away by Holiday. Here's Gordon. And he dunks it down.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Davis kicks to Evans. There's the lob to the hoop. Poked away. Bazemore for 3. And the basket good. And the Hawks lead by 2. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Hawks.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
And guys, the thing that jumps out at me is their block shots. I mean, They're playing up on the shooters tightly, and then they're sending them packing. I mean, putting those shots in reverse, all in a clear, good day's work.
Teague can't hit. And here comes Horford leading the fast break. And it's slammed in by Teague.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. On up the court. And Paul Millsap, the bucket on the assist by Bazemore. And it's an 8-point Hawks lead.
That's just run-of-the-mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
We've got 22 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Davis kicks to Evans to end the run. And Davis throws it down.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
That's the splitter. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
A long windup and a strong follow-through on that one-hand jam.
He's not going to mess that one up for sure.
I sure hope not.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're behind by 8. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
You know, you like the fight all the way to the end, but let's face it, guys, this one's over.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I really think you shouldn't be allowed to call timeouts late in the ball game if there's no chance for it to do any good on the scoreboard.
And so the Hawks take the win. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our entire 2K sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. See you next time.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come from.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know. I gotta hold down the city. Gotta let you know where I come
Did all my laps in the gym, the sweat ran off my skin. They thought I ran out of breath, but I was just catching my wind. That only happens to them. I gotta capture my win. I practice 31 days a month and I practice again. Was born equipped with sportsmanship, so I just laugh and I grin. Victory is my objective, I don't have to pretend. Spread my wings like an eagle and let them flap in the wind. No guts, no glory, no pain, no gain. These are actions of men. My teammate is a warrior, got my back to the end.
Hello, everyone. Get ready for NBA action live on 2K Sports. Here we go. We've got the Atlanta Hawks taking on the Boston Celtics. It'll be the Celtics off the tip. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Teague and Korver are the guards. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. And it's Bazemore at the small forward position. And so it's the Celtics getting on the board first. Here's Millsap, and the rebound goes to Perkins. On offense, here are the Celtics. It's Pierce on the wing. Lets it fly. They get it back. And the Hawks with possession here. That's good.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way. That's exactly how you want to do it.
And here we go. Fast break. Korver's got it. Bazemore misses. Atlanta on D. And it's Perkins with the jam.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah. He is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Here's Boston now. Davis kicks to Pierce. He feeds it to Garnett. Lays it up and banks it in. Garnett's got his first 2 points.
I'll tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already. It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Here's Davis. The dish to Perkins. Pierce with a wide open look. Drains it from beyond the arc. Pierce has got his first 3 points of the game.
A good open look, and he splashes home the three.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Outside for Davis. That doesn't go either for Davis. Korver passes to Bazemore. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. The Hawks shooting their first free throws of the game. Good on both. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Davis kicks to Garnett. And the pass to Allen. Garnett, the screen. The drive by Allen. That is good.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Davis is checked in for Perkins. Poe comes in for Kevin Garnett. And it's Cassell for Davis.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Korver gets a wide open look. And he's good on the 3 ball.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Feeds to Pierce. Cephalosha with the steal. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for 1 more.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
That's exactly how it should be done. Get the bump, concentrate on the shot, and you'll get the bucket too.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Scalabrini's checked in. And Allen subbed in for Ray Allen. Here's Poe. And it's blocked by Scott. This is to Cephalosha. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Hardaway from outside. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
The drive by Allen. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And, Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
I see.
And the Celtics with possession here after the basket by Atlanta. Here's Poe. And the defense really pressing up on him. Made that a tough shot. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Cephalosha's shot is good.
Boy, this game is off to a flying start.
Yeah, we're seeing some high-octane offense from both sides in this one.
Here's Scalabrine. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. To the middle. And Cephalosha with the jam.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Hawks lead by 5. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. Now, what do you guys think about the Hawks here in this one?
It's all about the depth, really. The bench has been the difference. The bench play really has separated these two teams.
Yeah, it's been a huge advantage for them. That bench has really made a nice contribution.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Boston. Garnett out there with Pierce. Then there's Davis. Then there's Perkins. And it's Allen in at the 2. Celtics trailed by 5. From outside the arc, Millsap grabs the miss. Outside Teague. Down low, Humphries. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Humphries has got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Hawks. Pierce kicks to Perkins. Back to Pierce. Outside for Davis. Shot clock at 6. Allen outside. The Celtics need to get a shot off. 3-on-3. And it's slammed in by Teague.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there. It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
Yeah, saw some things that just weren't working for them and wants to make some adjustments.
Yeah, and no reason to wait around to do that, Greg. I mean, might as well make those adjustments right away.
The Hawks making a switch here. Horford's checked in. And here's Millsap from the arc. The Hawks again can't hit. And pushing it up, here's Boston. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. That's on Jeff Teague. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Hawks.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Allen with it. Picked up by Teague. Outside Pierce. Passes it to Perkins. The tray. No luck. And Atlanta will come the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Bazemore gets the bucket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And the foul on Kent Bazemore. That is his first foul of the game. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. 6 to shoot. Allen inside the three-point line. And the shot falls short this time. Here's Korver. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
And you can see the difference with their ability to win with their speed, guys.
Boy, I love the pace and flow that their open court offense has been played with. I mean, it's been humming quietly, but very efficiently. Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
Outside for Davis. Allen left side. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Davis has got 3 assists in the game.
Boy, they're knocking down the long-range shots. A lot of those... shots they missed earlier in the first quarter. They still find themselves down here, but they're starting to make some headway into that deficit.
Yeah, can't be pleased with all these easy looks they continue to give up there in the paint.
No, I'm sure he's not, Greg. I mean, their defense is showing a lot of holes, especially down low. That's unacceptable.
And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. Atlanta making some changes. Pass to Davis. Cephalosha with the steal. Scott dishes to Schroeder. Cephalosha kicks to Scott. And the foul on Mike Scott. That's his first foul. Allen outside. He dishes it to Scalabrine. The putback kept alive by Boston. Davis, the pass to Scalabrine. Allen kicks to Davis. Three-pointer. The offensive rebound. Tries yet again. And the layup is good.
Very nice pickup of the offensive rebound. And once he gets his hands on it, you know it's going back up and back in.
Clearly a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Oh, without question, Greg. I mean, the wise move would be to get themselves a quick shot so they have an opportunity to get that 2-for-1.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there. How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Now Schroeder. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And it's slammed in by Splitter.
And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, you know, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony in it. And he has been that leader today. I think he's done a really nice job of moving the ball and distributing it the way it needs to be done.
And now the third quarter about to get going. All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. The Hawks leading by 7. And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Teague and Korver are the guards. And it's Bazemore at the 3.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
And it's Korver off the drive.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
Now a timeout called by Boston. Jones checked in for the Celtics. And the second free throw, good. And Boston has possession, trailing by 10. The feed to Garnett. The shot no good. Korver with the defensive effort. So it's the Hawks now. 10-point lead. This is their biggest.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
It's Pierce with the drive. Count that one. Pierce has got 7. Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
The kick out to T. Offensive rebound. Here's Millsap. And they finally get it to go. A full night's work on the boards in one trip down the floor.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
That's what I like, a nice, strong finish inside.
That's what he does. He's got that dunker mentality.
My goodness, physicality personified right there. Able to just go up and finish over the biggest defender.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. And stolen by Horford.
Well, that was really a gift there. A nice steal, but probably a pass that shouldn't have cylinders at either end. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc. And boy, are they taking advantage.
The Celtics making a switch here. Davis is checked in. Allen for the 3. Rebound by the Hawks. Millsap's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room. Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's what we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Celtics trail by 16. Looking, that's good from Allen on the assist by Perkins. And that's 12 points for Ray Allen. Teague kicks to Korver. Inside, Bazemore gets the bucket.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
That's good. Davis has got his first basket.
Very high quality shot. Can't get enough of those.
Outside for Millsap. And Ray Allen gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Celtics. Glenn Davis is checked in for Perkins. Poe comes in for Kevin Garnett. And it's Cassell for Allen. And a change for the Hawks. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Kyle Korver.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Schroeder passes to Horford. Schroeder with the ball. Picked up by Davis. Millsap dishes to Schroeder. Teague kicks it to Bazemore for three. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Bazemore's got 10 points in just the second half. Goes up on the wing. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession. Boston.